All right, we are back and talking soccer. Excited to talk about some football for the weekend. If you didn't get a chance, go check out our NBA and NHL show. Well, we didn't officially call it that, but those are our other picks for the weekend. So go check out our weekend picks there if you want some of that. We don't really do horse racing on this show. I know it's a big betting weekend for the Kentucky Derby, though. So be curious to hear how people do on the horse races. One of the bigger betting weekends of the year. Feel like we got to at least call it out. So I know a lot of that's happening this weekend, but we are talking soccer. We're in the final weeks of a lot of league play for soccer, obviously internationally when we're talking about European soccer. We're not going to start there, though. We are going to just go ahead and dive right into U.S. soccer. We're talking about the MLS. Mike, you are our MLS aficionado. Why don't you get us started?
Aficionado is a bold word there.
I don't know if you are.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the Atlanta United versus Nashville game. And I'm betting against both teams to score at plus 155, which this just feels crazy savage to even chance this. Atlanta United has scored 1 goal since April 5th.
Whoa.
And that is the whole premise of this entire bet, which is wild because they're at home. And like I was living in Atlanta whenever the inaugural season, and like the first 5 years of this team, it was just fun, man. It was electric and it was just fun. And now, even though the crowd is still there, I think they're still averaging like 50,000 fans per game. Like the team just isn't there anymore. With that, though, Nashville is 1-3 on the road this season. So you've got two teams just not in great form in this exact situation. Of their 4 away games, they were held scoreless twice. So I have no idea who's going to win this game, but as few goals as both of these teams score, I'm just going to go ahead and throw a dart here and take it at plus 155 with both betting against both teams to score.
Ooh, love the plus money. Yeah, and I like that too. Obviously, things get tricky with a penalty and those kind of things, but like you said, if the team's not scoring, they're not scoring. So why don't you take us to, I said U.S. soccer. That is not true. We are talking Canadian soccer as well as
Canada, baby.
The MLS. So why don't you take us to Canada?
Yeah, I'll also say real quick on the Atlanta United game, if you want a safer bet, you can get Nashville on the double chance at minus 155. So that's also worth a play there. But yeah, we're going to CF Montreal versus Philly Union. I'm taking Philly Union on the tie no bet. Get that at plus 100. Philly is third in the East. Montreal is dead last. Philly has a goal differential of plus 10. Montreal of minus 10. Montreal has been held scoreless in 7 games, and they have a total of 1 game at home this season. How you're getting the significantly better team at plus 100 on a tie no bet, I do not understand. So this is definitely my favorite soccer play of the weekend.
Love it. All right, Stefan, let's talk about your favorite soccer plays. We're mostly talking about the Premier League with you coming in. Is this the final week? I feel like I'm not paying attention. We still got a couple weeks left. There's still 4 weeks left, and Liverpool wrap this up. Man, I'm a bad Liverpool fan. I thought this was like last week 1 or 2. Holy shit.
No, it's been a minute. 2 very interesting things. Liverpool winning it this early, but also Southampton set the record for the team to be relegated earliest in the season. So we really have huge disparity. But I want to talk a little bit about the Premier League because, yes, Liverpool has already won it. Arsenal's pretty much clinched second place. So everyone's like, what's the point of watching? Well, if you care about Champions League soccer, which you should because it's super exciting and fun, especially this new format, I wrote down some notes here, so give me a second here. So there's 5 spots up for grabs for the Champions League for England this year, and there's 7 teams in the race. We already mentioned Liverpool and Arsenal are right there. So there's 5 other squads, and with 4 games remaining, only 5 points separate them. So there's everything to play for teams like Aston Villa, Man City, even Newcastle. So those are the teams that I'm focusing on this week. Teams that still are not engaged. They're not like in that dead man zone where it's like, well, we're not going to get Europe and we're not going to relegate. So let's give the youngsters some opportunities to play and see what happens. Now, these teams are in it to win it. So a lot of mine are based on that. I'm going to start with the game that's about to kick off. Man City takes on Wolves. Both teams in great form right now, but Man City needs to keep winning or they're in trouble. So we're going to go ahead and take Man City to win and score over 1.5 goals. You got to pay up for it. I forgot to write the number down in front of me, but it's like minus 160. It's not like the most juicy, but I think it's a real high probability of going in. So I like the value there. So that's my first Premier League bet. Right after that, we're going to go to Aston Villa. They're at home. One of the things that Eric, when I bitched to him about a loss that I take, I'm like, God damn it, this didn't go through. He's like, you took the away team, didn't you? It's like, yes, I did. Well, not today, sir. Today we're taking the home team. Aston Villa at home. They have won 5 in a row at home. And they have just been outstanding. They haven't lost since at home since February 19th. So we're going to go ahead and take them to win again at home at minus 130. They are in a derby against Fulham, so that's going to be a good game. I've got 2 bets on this Newcastle-Brighton game. This is a team that is traveling away, but these teams are on an opposite trajectory. If you look back like a few months, Brighton and Newcastle were kind of neck and neck, but Brighton has really taken a nosedive while Newcastle continues to just go sky high. Newcastle's in third right now. They're really, trying to cement a spot for the Champions League. So we're going to just take them to win on the road at plus 135. I feel really great about that because Brighton only has 1 win in the last 2 months. That's not great. They have pulled out a few ties in there, but they really have been in a nosedive. Meanwhile, Newcastle has won 6 of their last 7. So that a lot. If that feels a little bit too spicy for you, you can go ahead and just take Newcastle on the double chance and parlay that with another play that I really, really like in taking Werder Bremen, who, yes, they're also on the road, but we're going to take them on the double chance against Union Berlin, who was a Champions League contender never ago. They're not a good team. So Union Berlin is one of those teams in dead man zone. They're not fighting off relegation. They're nowhere near getting into Europe. Werder Bremen is just a spot, like a point behind with a couple weeks to go in the Bundesliga. So we're going to take Werder Bremen to not lose. They only have 2 losses in the last 2 months.
Oh, the dogs have joined us.
I think I'm done.
And with that,
you get that at 103.
With that, Stefan has given us his soccer bets. You made it to the end of the show. Those are our soccer picks. We're excited to give those to you for the weekend. Are we missing anyone before I move on here? All right, we're good. We have wrapped this up. Don't forget to go check out our other weekend pick show for like some NBA, NHL type picks. Also, don't forget to follow us on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Download, subscribe. Stefan, are your dogs still going, or do you want me to run through yours? All right. I'm going to go through Stefan's picks, and we are going to hand it off to Mike to finish this up. We're going to take Aston Villa on the money line versus Fulham. We're going to take Newcastle on the money line versus Brighton in the Premier League. We're going to do a parlay of a Newcastle double chance and Werder Bremen on the double chance. Yeah,
dude, you fucking nailed that. That was perfect. That was perfect. It really was.
And then last but not least, Man City money line and over 1.5 goals versus the Wolves. Mike, what do you got?
Yeah, we're going to go over to the MLS. We'll start in the Atlanta United game versus Nashville SC, betting against both teams to score, getting that at plus 155, and then taking CF Montreal versus Philly Union and getting Philly Union on tie no bet at plus 100.
Awesome. That is it, y'all. Go check out the other show, make the bets from this show. We'll go make some money this weekend and see y'all next week.